It was meant to be a handshake deal. One photo, one press conference. But when EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen stood beside Donald Trump at the airport, her voice cracked. So, she began, and paused, a long, telling pause. Behind that pause was the weight of something Europe didn't want to admit. Germany's economy, at the strongest in Europe, is being forced into a corner. Trump's new trade deal with Europe is being sold as a win for the West. But in Germany, business leaders are calling it a fatal signal. The Chancellor, Friedrich Merz, says it will cause considerable damage to the German economy. So what's really happening? Why did Europe agree to such a lopsided deal? And what does it mean for the future of the German economic model? This isn't just about tariffs. It's about the end of a 75-year-old strategy. Germany makes, the world buys. But now, the world is changing. For decades, Germany ran on exports, especially cars, machinery, steel, and pharmaceuticals. In 2024 alone, it sold $161 billion worth of goods to the United States, making it Germany's largest export market by far. The automotive sector alone accounts for 1/6 of German exports. Mercedes, BMW, Porsche, Audi. These brands weren't just cars, they were national symbols, economic lifelines. But Trump's deal changed the rules. Now, European goods face 15% tariffs when entering the US, while American goods enjoy 0% tariffs entering Europe. This isn't just bad, it's a five-fold increase for Germany. And it's not just cars, it's steel, aluminum, pharmaceuticals. Entire industries now exposed. For the German auto industry, this could have been catastrophic. But some car makers, like Mercedes and BMW, had a safety net. They already have giant plants in the US, so they can produce locally and avoid the worst of the tariffs. Others, like Audi and Porsche, are less fortunate. No American factories, higher costs, lower profits. Mercedes, for example, saw a 50% drop in profits year over year in early 2025. The steel industry is suffering even more. Trump's 50% steel tariffs come at a time when Germany is already trying to shift toward green steel, a more expensive, eco-friendly process. But when even the German government doesn't want to pay the premium for clean steel, what hope do these companies have? And then there's pharmaceuticals. Despite being one of Germany's strongest sectors, even this isn't safe. Trump has hinted at further tariffs, like up to 15% or more, and has launched a national security investigation into foreign drug imports. If that goes through, the international consensus that pharma should be tariff-free could collapse. If this feels like déjà vu, it is. The same strategy Germany used to dominate the global economy, high-quality exports, global trade deals, competitive manufacturing, is suddenly looking fragile. The US isn't alone. China is flooding global markets with cheaper steel and cars. BASF, Germany's chemicals giant, is downsizing in Germany and building massive new plants. In China, Germany's third biggest export partner used to be China, but demand is falling, competition is rising, and the strategic edge? It's slipping. Germany is being squeezed from both sides, between Trump's tariffs and China's hyper-competitive industries, and suddenly all the assumptions about Germany's economic future are up for debate. This is more than a trade issue. It's a shift in global power, and a wake-up call for Germany. The old economic model, build here, export there, doesn't work in a world of nationalism, protectionism, and rising global rivals. And here's the deeper truth. Germany no longer controls its destiny. Its economy is now shaped by decisions made in Washington and Beijing. And for a country used to leading Europe, that's a bitter pill to swallow. So where does Germany go from here? There are two paths. One, cling to the old model, keep subsidizing legacy industries, and hope for political winds to shift. Or two, rebuild. Shift from dependence to resilience. Invest in industries of the future. Aging care. Advanced medical tech. Renewable energy. European defense manufacturing. But that takes vision. And so far, Germany has been reacting, not leading. The next few years could determine whether Germany remains Europe's economic engine or becomes a museum of industrial success.